Happy Tuesday morning, everybody. If you can hear that, birds are chirping. You look on my deck, there was snow there yesterday. No jacket on right now. It's a beautiful day. And this is the time of the year where a lot of you will have a lot of conflicting priorities. And I want to talk a bit about that. For those that were out west, we talked a bit about all the different things that are going to be pulling on you. And right now you might have exams. You've obviously got progress that you need to make in the business to get towards your goal. You're gonna start to have friends and family want to see and spend time with you because you've been away at school, you've been focused on these other things. You might be a little bit tired, believe it or not, from again, school and business and everything else. And this is it's not an easy time of the year, but the more that you can do right now, the easier the next part of the year will get. And today I just want to talk really briefly about how do you balance multiple priorities. And again, I talked about it at West, and there's other things, but like you'll always have it, right? Right now you're like, it's school and I got the business. Well, that's never going to change. And a big part when I say that, what you've signed up for is to learn how to balance multiple large priorities. So someday you won't have school, and I don't know if you'll be running a business a decade from now, but you'll probably be working, and a lot of you will probably aspire and want to have children and all these other priorities. And your job or your business isn't going to be like, I gotta do something with the kids. Like, it doesn't keep going, or your kids aren't necessarily going to be okay with saying, I gotta work. Maybe they do and they don't. But what I'm describing is these conflicting priorities that are going to always be there. And there's a couple of things that you can do, in my experience, to best balance these. One is to accept the fact that it's going to be difficult. You've got to get both done. I can't not take care of my kids, and I can't not do what I need to do in the business. And there's an acceptance that those are going to always be in conflict, and it's going to be tough. So accept it. And then from there, what do you do about it? And for me, it's always been planning things out to a higher detail than my natural personality would like. So I know exactly what the goal's got to be and exactly what the priorities are. And then from there, it's placing them in the places, in the times of the day, let's say, or the week, that they can be done, not when I'd like to do them. So for example, can you call previous customers at 10 p.m.? Absolutely not. Could you hypothetically study? Absolutely. Could you take a break then? Absolutely. Can you call customers at 7:30 a.m. on Saturday morning? No. But could you be in the library getting ready for an exam? Absolutely. So when you move these things around, and you may not want to be up at 7:30 on Saturday morning and be at the library, but that's the discipline and what it takes to be able to balance multiple important priorities at the same time. It's not easy. It's what it takes. But for me, those two things, biggest would be accept it, and then two would be planning it out in enough detail, and then making sure that you do the things that can be done when you can do them, so at the best time for them versus when you'd want to do them. Sure, you can go study all afternoon, but if you're going to study for 5 hours in a day, that's what I want to do, study for 5 hours. Hey, why not from 7:30 a.m. until 10:30 a.m.? That's 3 hours solid studying. PC call from 10:30 or cold call, whatever you're doing that day, 10:30 until 3:30. Get home, get a break, whatever you need to do, and then pick up and start studying. And study again from 5 till 9 p.m. And now you've actually overachieved on the study side, and you're done everything by 9 p.m. Now the discipline's to go to bed and get ready to do the same thing the next day. So again, discipline, detail, and just accepting it. Those are a few things that are not easy, but are going to help you balance multiple major priorities that you've got going on right now. This is a really, really important week to make progress. Competition is out there booking jobs. Some of our competition might even be starting to clean windows right now. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be a great week, relatively speaking, all across the province and all across the country, I should say. Have a phenomenal week, everybody. Great start to the week for you. I hope you had a great Easter weekend. Make sure you get momentum building this week. It's super, super important, and we'll talk soon.